Greetings, family. This is your brother, King Simon. And of course, we did salute our dear brother, Dr. Llaila Afrika, on his Earth Strong, his cosmic return on January 27th. And of course, we are showing love and respect to him as usual. So please subscribe to all of his platforms. Go to his website, www.llailaafrica.com. Also hit him up on Twitter, because his wife is managing all of those accounts. That llailaafrica.com, right below his website. Dr. Llaila Afrika on Facebook and Llaila Afrika on Twitter. So she will definitely be answering questions, and their staff will definitely be handling all the products. Of course, like I've posted before, like this is one of Dr. Afrika's statements and quotes. It's not the quality of life that matters. It's the quality of life that matters, not the quantity. I'll repeat that again. It's the quality of life that matters, not the quantity. So what is the quantity or quality of life that you're living? Not necessarily the quantity and how much time, but what is the quality of life? What are you doing? Because this brother did so much. And I want to just extend this particular broadcast and this is when he interviewed me, one of his published work. So this is a throwback video that I'm going to throw up, and I hope you enjoy it. And I hope everyone enjoys what I'm about to share. Remember, you can also go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. It's your Numerovator, your author, your promoter, your producer speaking. So make sure you go to my website. And before we start that, we just want to make sure everybody is respectful. And in the description bar, we will have his website and my website. And then I will post where you can send your donations to Dr. Llaila Afrika, or hit me up or text me, okay? As we begin at this moment. Look, I am elated. Dr. Afrika is going to interview me about my book, and I big him up in my book. That's how deep this gets. So if you want to text me, like I said, on Facebook and on Instagram, you can text me your question for myself or Dr. Afrika, since he's here. And I do have some health advice in there, but I do recommend you consulting people who have been doing this for a long time, longer than I have. And Dr. Afrika is one of the greatest. He's a scientist at this stuff. And he's helping me to come up. Matter of fact, the book, Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated, is now under their publication, which is Charles Childs Publishing. Dr. Melanie Stevens, his beautiful wife, and of course, Dr. Afrika, the man of the hour. Too sweet to be sour. We here on YouTube. How you feeling, Doctor?
I'm feeling all right.
I'm loving it.
The subject is, however, numbers are simple, and it's written by solar numerologist by the name of
King Simon.
What is the purpose of this book?
Brother, to help people. That's the truth. The true thing about using my intuitive talent through numbers to help others, and hopefully people understand that numbers not just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like you do with mathematics. It is mathematical, but it's also using your birthday to help you understand yourself and understand your partner, to understand your children. Also understanding possible health risks and how to prevent and reverse disease-affected diseases if you understand your numbers and the amount of numbers that might surround you due to your birthday or your name. My teacher is Lloyd Strayhorn. Also, he did write the foreword for my book, so I'm I respect that brother to the utmost. And some of my health teachers are sitting right next to me, people like Dr. Afrika and people like Queen Afua and Phil Valentine and Sebi. These are all people that I look up to and I acknowledge in my book as those who have been the wind under my wings. And numbers are simple, people are complicated, is why I named the book. Even Lloyd loves that name because numbers are simple. 1 + 2 is 3. But if you have a person that might be under the number 1 and one might be under the number 2, more than likely one person born under the number 1, let's say the 1st of February. And let's say the woman that you're with as a brother might be married, might be April the 2nd. Usually a person born under the number 2 with a 1 is water and a fire energy. So water and fire energy usually collide because water and fire usually don't get along in certain senses. But what I try to stress in the book that all the elements in the universe works together. You just have to know how to put them in various perspectives. Maybe you're supposed to be in business with that person. Maybe the number 2 is supposed to be a secretary to a number 1. You never know how that's supposed to work. Maybe you're not supposed to be intimate with that person because that person is number 2. And depending on the zodiac, that also has a very important meaning to it too. So that's what I try to stress in my book also.
So do you have to know mathematics or arithmetic to...
Well, if you can add, if you know how to add and sometimes subtract, you can do numerology. And like Lloyd always say, if you can count up to 10 on your fingers, if you can count up to 10 on your fingers, you can do numerology. It's that simple. Because none of us are mathematicians. Don't even try to ask me no trigonometry, no crap like that. I'm not going to do that. But I can add 1 + 9. I can add 1 + 8. I can add 1 + 5. Very simple stuff just to understand yourself from an esoteric level.
So would you say that this book would help someone understand their children?
Yes, they would understand the child that's born at a certain, like I understand, I have 9 children. I understand all my children through numbers. Numerology definitely helped me, give me a bird's eye view of what to expect from them, from a positive and negative perspective.
So you did the number 9 because of numerology? That's why you had 9 children? I'm trying to figure this thing out.
Forgive me. You don't make me laugh. I'm joking. That was funny. But no.
The answer is no.
No.
Okay.
But 9 is completion. And I don't plan on making any more.
Oh, because that would be 10.
Yes, and that
would make sense. Okay.
Unless my new wife wants me to make another one.
Okay.
I'm down with you, baby.
That would be her starting another series with you.
Yeah, another series.
So you still have to stop at 9.
Yeah, still stop 9 because numbers only go up to 9. However, you'll notice that a lot of numerology doesn't mention the number 0. Like they don't count it as a number because all numbers come out of the 0. I use number 0 because, thank you very much, Dr. Melanie, hooking me up.
Yeah, in mathematics we call 0 a placeholder. We don't classify it as a number.
Right, it's a placeholder. So in certain systems, it's a void, or it represents infinity.
Yes.
That's what it represents. And what I do, I classify the number 0, especially when someone is born on the 10th, 20th, or the 30th of the month, because due to my observation, anytime I've seen those numbers, they always exerted some type of extremities to either the positive or the negative of that number due to the 0.
So what we're talking about is the numbers talking to you.
Yes, numbers talking to us. Right.
Now, what age would you suggest the person start? Could they start at 9, understanding numbers are simple, or any age?
I plan on putting out a children's book, and I want them to understand it from a young age. As soon as they learn how to add, I think they should learn how to understand numbers.
So is the objective to help a person play the lottery?
No, the late, great Kenneth Dickinson did that in his book on how to win lottery. He was good at that. And he was born July 6th, I forgot which year. But he was also a friend of Lloyd Strayhorn. And when I read his book, he showed the biorhythms and algorithms of how to play and what would be the most best time for those people under those numbers or those zodiac to play the number. Very good. Very good, because he won a lot. And he proved through his system that it did work. You know, the premise of writing this book is for helping yourself, the individual, to reach the highest height of your highest possibilities, striving, at least learning how to better yourself through your numbers.
You use some terms there that maybe some people are not familiar with.
Yes.
You use water, fire signs.
Fire.
So where do you get the fire signs, the number, or the water sign, and the number, certain numbers of fire?
Well, yes, certain numbers are like when you count from 1 through 9. Let's say, according to the rule is that each number is connected to an element. Each number is also connected to a planet. Each number is also connected to a vibration that some may say in different systems. Like the number 1 is connected to the number 1, 3, and 9 are fire numbers.
Okay.
Number 2 and 7 are water numbers. Number 4 and 5 are what you consider air numbers, and number 6 and 8 are earth numbers.
Okay.
And that's where in that system. So once it's like if you study the numbers of a person, like say someone dating a number 6 person, for a person born on the 6th, the 15th, or the 24th of the month, they would be considered a number 6 when you add it all up. However, we would suggest a earth number to deal with a water number, because usually earth and water usually blends and work together best.
Okay.
Or a 6 to deal with another earth number, which would be a number 8, because they work the best. Now, if you're going to try to deal with a fire sign, a fire number, that depends now on the zodiac. Like if a 6 try to deal with a number 1, I would suggest if they're going to deal with a number 1, they should deal with a number 1 earth sign, like a Virgo, like somebody born September 1st. That's how I would try to mesh them up and try to compare them, because that 1 would need that number 6 as a foundation to help them stay focused and structured, because earth represents that foundation. And 1 represents the propensity to move forward and always be the leader and all that, and they would more help them in that sense, not to.
Sounds like you're just describing like the planet Earth. You got the Earth, and on top of the Earth is the water.
Right.
On top of the water is the air.
Right.
On top of the air is the sun.
Right. Exactly.
So you're trying to keep that relationship.
Right. It's a relationship. That's exactly it.
Now, if you have a person that's ill, could you try to do a numerology for the illness, or
you can
someone going to sports? I don't know.
Well, in numerology, you can actually find what illness would be more attracted to that number. Like say, if I'm born as a February 1st, what attracts to my number is circulation problems, eye problems, lung problems. Thus, sometimes I go through these things and all that kind of stuff. If you're number 2, you'll have stomach issues, intestinal issues because of the water sign as water, and so on and so forth. And that's what we depict in the book. Myself, even Lloyd Strayhorn in this book also goes to that.
Would colors be associated with a number, like a person having a certain number would have affinity for
Yes.
color?
Yes.
How does that go?
Well, let's say again, let's go back to the 1. 1s usually have an affinity to the gold color. Because the sun, right, gold, and secondary green, and sometimes might be a yellow, adapted because of that, right. And then the 3 has an affinity with the purple, the lavender, the lilac. You understand? And 4 has an affinity to blue and light blue, and that's how the color. There's a color code that goes with that. And I make references in my book because I don't believe in reinventing the wheel. So I reference different books like Lloyd Strayhorn's book, like Shiro's book from back in the 1930s, and I reference different people. Even Michael Brill, who was a NASA, who worked for NASA. He was a numerologist working for NASA. What does NASA mean with a numerologist? Obviously, as an advisor and using enough numbers. So I tell people, don't let others tell you that these sciences are not necessary when the so-called government uses these sciences. And they try to study every science because they want to stay in power. They try to stay in power. They study Akan, they study all kinds of stuff. So I love it. It's a very great thing to do. And
these numbers, you're saying they refer to colors, they refer to elements.
Yes.
Do they refer to like professions?
Yes, they do professions. Like again, back to number 1. Number one would be good as a leader. They would be good as a president of a company, running their own business because they don't like to work for nobody. And that's me. And I've known that since I was young. I never liked working for people born on February 1st. Then you have the people that's born on the let's say born on the 2nd. They're good partners, good companions. They're good companions. They always like to serve and help others. They always make that good partner in whatever business but they also need a lot of loyal people around them to help them to flourish in a partnership. Yeah, yes, and that's how that works.
So you have the elements, you have the zodiac signs,
the zodiac connected to you.
Yes, and you have professions,
yes,
and then you did relationships.
Yeah, relationships, yes, sir.
So what about things such as, should I do this today or should I do that tomorrow? Next year, should I do that? You understand
what is so interesting about numerology and the study of it is that you can actually pinpoint it to the year and the day. When I do readings, if you want to do an extensive reading, then I would do readings to the year that you're in. Like say, this is 2015. Right? It adds up to an 8. 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 5 is an 8. And I'm born February 1st. So what I do is add the 8, which the 2015, which is add up to an 8, to my 1 and my 2, which is a 3. So 3 plus 8 is 11. That means I will be in my 11th personal year, which is a master number year, which eventually adds up to 2. So this is a year for me to partnership with people. So when somebody like your wife came to me about doing the book, I was in my 11th year to partnership and do things with my book. So I followed that order, and it will work well in this year. But also resonating on that master number, that means I have to move with intuition because the master number is an intuitive. Master number 11 is an intuitive number that also delve into the secret realms of things to pull it out. And you should be able to use the ideals that you dream about or that might come to you with a gut feeling, use it. So when it came to me about joining Charles, I was ready to join because I was already in that element and already thinking like that. But yes, each number, you can break it down to the actual year, date, even month. Right now, I'm in my number 3 month, which deals with expression and writing and all that type of stuff. So I work those numbers very well. And it has helped me.
Would it help you, say, help a child with their parents so they know how to behave? You know what I mean?
Well, as a child, it's up to the parents now to know how to work because they're children, Yeah. But if you raise them well as they grow old with the knowledge of numerology, yes, they'll be able to deal with a parent that might be a smoker or a drinker and they don't want to do it. They know how to deal with their parent. It can help them. But like I say in my book, numerology is only a part of the puzzle. It's not the ultimate puzzle. You have to have, there's a lot of proclivities, a lot of past proclivities, a lot of issues that people are suffering with because they didn't understand how to chart themselves like our ancestors did. They charted themselves through numerology, astrology, and all this.
If you have a light, if you have a light like you have a ship, this numerology helps you to navigate.
Yes, help navigate. That's right.
So it's a tool.
It's a tool. Yes, it is a tool. It's a question. Oh, what if your birthday is 2 and your life is 4? I don't like working for others. Now, I would need to know when is the person's birthday. Now, that person would be the Aries or Leo number 2. And 4s are people that usually, when you tell them to do one thing, the only reason as a 4 you might not want to do it is because 4 likes to be in a confining situation. They like to be locked. They'd rather be to themselves. They like to be structured and they like to be to themselves. And they don't want any outside people to upset their structure. Now that I need to find out if she's an Aries or a Leo, because she said she don't like to work.
The question would be better if the person gave you their birthday.
Oh, yes.
So always give your birthday.
Yes.
We come to a numerology.
That's right. Your birthday, right. Yeah, that's right. And
that helps you to know how to talk to people.
Yes.
To know their numbers. Would that be embarrassing to ask their numbers? Another way you can pick out.
I can pick out also through their names.
Okay.
I sometimes don't need their birthday. Sometimes the name tells me so much. It gives me the motivation. It gives me the personality of a person. It gives me all of that just with a name. Any name you might pull out of. You can pull it out of your hat. I realize when I use certain systems of numerology that people can pull out the name that they like. When I was in the nightclub, you have women that always used to make up names and just give it to a brother. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't want the guy to know his name. But if they chose that name, it connected with their vibrations for a reason. And that's why they set the name. And then when you read the name, you find it really matches them fully. You know?
What you're saying is not an accidental choice. It's influenced by that numerology.
Numerology, or the vibration that they're connected to want to get to that name. It's just like your name, for instance. When I read your name, you have so many threes. Thus, three is a number of expression. Laila, the L's in your name, the L's turn up to be a three. Each one of them is a three. Is connected to the three, and three deals with expression, writing, speaking, and musician. All kinds of great things with a three because that's an expressive number. So that's why you do what you do, is writing books and expressing yourself through music and all that kind of stuff. Which a lot of people don't know that, but this brother's great. I'm just saying.
That's the thing between me and Lloyd Strayhorn. We have the double L.
The double L, Lloyd. And Lloyd is a musician himself. People like, no, Lloyd is a great musician himself.
Now, with the numerology, this is also something to help you with your business.
Yes. Yes.
And how to invest your money. I'm just asking you.
It can help you with a business. It can help you as far as I discovered. I've had to read people's choice of names for business and see how it works with them, and if it works with the year that they're about to launch the business and all that. And Lloyd has shown me that throughout the years, and that's why I always say salute to people like Lloyd Strayhorn, who I heard in 1988 when I was just a younger guy, and that's when it all clicked to me, because there's something like I was looking for. I always believed that life had its codex. It always had its codex, DNA, and RNA, but we just use the surface of it, numerology. We digging on our blood and checking our bloodline and all that, but we just use the surface of it, which, like I said earlier, it's just a part of the puzzle. It is not the ultimate, the all puzzle.
It's not God.
It's not not
one of the disciples.
One of the disciples, exactly. That help you to understand who you are. Like, you know thyself, it helps you to know thyself in some perspective.
Now, if I was thinking about where I should live, and,
yes,
what car I should buy, would I be able to use numbers or something?
Yes. No. Lloyd's book. That's why, like in the back of my book, I go straight to the reference. I recommend reading, and Lloyd is on the top. He has a thick book, and I'm going to always shout him out and big him up, because my book is just a simple way to understand numerology, to guide you to, if you want to get extensively deeper into it. But that's why I give you recommended reading in the back of my book, because I believe an author should always show and salute those who have given you or guided you to information. I don't believe we should always try to claim it as myself. I don't believe in that. And I think that's the integrity that I've been raised with through my mother and my father and my family, that you always should give a show honor to your ancestors and those that came before you, that you're standing on their shoulders.
So we back to
you can, but you can. So Lloyd has that in his book. Yes, you can, and it can. The numbers does tell me, like your number of your building. I'm not gonna say his address, but it has a lot of sevens, and I know it had water issues. I know it relates, but it adds up to a number 3 when you add up his number of his building, which is also equivalent to the number of his birthday. The 9 and 3 works together. I know why he lives here. And 7 is also a place of secrecy, or keeping to yourself and researching. Why? It's a building of that. And that's what he loves to do here. Would I say that I'm correct?
Yes. And so the numbers, do they have like an expiration date? Like you should do this for a certain period of time if you need the numbers?
No, it doesn't have an expiration date, but when you're dealing with personal years, it does. It has a cycle. There's a cycle that continues. You go through 1 through 9 all year long. Every month and every day of the week, you go through 1 through 9 in your own personal life. So there's no real expiration, but you do continue the cycle.
I was just wondering, so would a country have a number?
Yes. Like, let's say America's born July 4th, 1776.
That's 7. Right?
That is his number. That is the number. Once it says on July 4th would be the personality of America, which is the communications with the weird and unusual things that happen in. But 4 rules communication, 4 rules computer, 4 rules, television, and radio, and thus America has been on the top of the line for using their communication as far as as far as growing into that over the years.
What I'm curious about is, like you said, America has a certain number and a certain personality. So when a person like come from Africa, that number have a influence on this number coming from Africa.
Yes. They can use like some Africans have if they know their birthday from that region. That's why it's a little different than astrology, where another part of the world they might look at astrology differently. But if they have the birth date and they know their birthday, some Africans know their birthday. They'll tell you this is what it is. I'm serious. This is my birthday, my brother, and they'll tell me that. And sure enough, their number that they were born connects to how they're acting and how it influenced them all the time. And I've checked that out with a few of the African friends that I've known. But some may claim, let's say, due to we know most of the stuff from the birthdays and the months are Roman influence and all that kind of stuff. But the more we put into this energy, the more it becomes what it is. Thoughts are things. Yeah. And that's what we got to realize. So if all the Africans in America here stopped thinking and went back to Kemetic philosophy, or went back, we could change this whole paradigm with just the sciences of it. But numbers, mathematics is life. And that helps me to understand people, like I said, from a bird's eye point of view. It helps a lot of numerology. That's why a lot of numerology books, they will stay on the numbers instead of trying to delve off into astrology. The ones that I've read, even the Indian ones that I've read, have stopped. But somebody asked me a question: can numerology be used on when buying stock, selling stock, gambling? No, like he just asked me that earlier. Kenneth Dickerson, the late great Kenneth Dickerson, was one of the best at it, and he wrote a book called How to Win. Matter of fact, it's in the back. There's a reference in the back of the book, and it's called How to Win Games of Chance. It was written in 1992 by Mr. Kenneth Dickerson, and I know his daughter. Big up to you, Sister Colleen. She's a Muslim sister, and but she usually brings me the books to sell. But you can Google that up, and more than likely you can order the book online. Kenneth Dickerson did, and he shows you the biorhythms, the algorithms. I never really got into that as much, but Kenneth Dickerson, I would recommend. And there's somebody else he mentioned in the book, and Lloyd mentioned in his book, named Gloria. She's another lottery winner that won, a white woman that was able to win lottery. Kenneth Dickerson kept it under the radar because he didn't want to be judged or dogged out. He knew his stuff.
That would make sense.
That makes sense for a black man to do. Yes, sir. But yes, that's your answer. Check out Kenneth Dickerson. He's very good. Oh, there's no. Oh. So love. August 20th. See, that's where the Leo. See, that's why you don't like to work for nobody. So love. See, I knew, but there's a time in August because of that Leo energy. Leos need people to serve them and not you serving them. That's what happens. So you need to start your own business. But I would suggest being born on August 20th to start a business in health. Starting something, study Dr. Africa's class, get his certification, go study under Queen of Four and get your health certification and start doing health practice. Just because you're two, I always see people going under the 2nd of the month, the 20th of the month, the 11th of the month, or the 20th, and they do so well in health and building products. And my friend of mine, like Malika, born on November the 11th, and people like Nadra, born on August 29th. She and 2 + 9 is 11, 1 + 1 is 2. They do well in the health field. Very good at doing that. But also needing good partnership around you. Loyal people is what's necessary, especially for you.
Now, with we're saying that the numbers are simple.
People are complicated.
And people, you can use numbers to help guide you.
Yes.
As a tool.
And it helps you with relationships,
Yes, it does. Yes.
employment,
Yes, it does.
career.
Yes, it does.
That's what you said.
Yes,
man.
sir. That's what I'm saying.
Relationship, of course.
Yes.
Everyone wants to know that.
Yes, sir.
Finance.
Yes, sir.
But it can help you in relationship to other things other than people. You say
Yes.
money.
Money, yes.
And you say
And
where you should
where you
live.
should live, the house that you should actually purchase, or the business building or business that you might want to purchase. A person called me from Texas a couple of years ago, Houston, Texas, and he was about to get a restaurant. And the restaurant added up to a number 2. And I said, check the water in that building. He said, they just had a boiler problem. And If you see the number 2 pop up in a lot of 2s in your building or a lot of 7s, water is usually the issue for that particular person. They would be flooding. Got to be careful from flood. They live somewhere near a lake or somewhere where if there's a heavy rain, it will cause a problem to the building. You have to be careful. So now you got to learn how to deal with that and prevent.
I was wondering, people buy clothes and jewelry, and
Right.
so this would have a person say, I shouldn't wear that type of clothing.
I mean, because the clothing have certain names attached. Let's say Versace. Like if you read the name Versace, the person that might be resonated with that name Versace should wear Versace, especially in that world, like Stanley's boots or Timberland.
What about this secret person?
Victoria's Secret.
Yeah.
Who's supposed to be a man, I heard. That's crazy. 50 secrets. Really, Victor. That's the secret. In numerology and certain systems, I've learned that you can read the vowels and the consonant, and it will give you a clear, beginning view of what that is. Like say Vicky, VI, Victoria, VI. The V is a 6, and the I is a 1, so that's a 7. So 7 is a secretive number. So it's not ironic that they call it Vicky Secrets. When 7 in the consonant and the vowel adds up to a 7. It starts off with secrecy.
Yeah.
Already to me. Sorry. 7-11. Somebody's a 7-11. That's a birthday. All right, those born on the 11th, your master number, very intuitive. Pay attention to your dreams, and those that you in your health field, because you have the double 1, you have to pay attention to your eyes. Check your eyes with a regular checkup with doctors. Also, pay attention to your circulation. Make sure you eat food that does not clog your system, and of course, protect your lungs. Because it's double the number 1. So once you see those 2 1s, although it adds up to a 2, those 2 1s tells me as a number 7-11 that you have to be careful of all of that. And plus the 2, because the lower vibration of the master number 11 is the 2. That means you have to be careful of ptomaine poison, digestive problems, gastro problems, all that. And that's when you come to people like Dr. Afrika. Stuff, get yourself killed or reverse the effects of it. That's where that. And plus your cancer. Cancers are very intuitive, so pay attention to your, not just your daydream, but your night dreams and your intuitive. And usually at times, when you had a gut feeling about a person you was about to deal with, you was on it, but then you went against it. And if you went against it, that was the problem. So you usually go with your gut feeling, Cancer. Telling you right now.
Don't argue with yourself.
Don't argue with your natural intuitive self. It is right. It's you.
Now, when the person is growing, certain times you're doing this in your life, certain times you're doing this in your life. Can it help you plot a course that way? Like, I shouldn't be doing this at this time in my life.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can. In other words, it's just like, for instance, when you're going through a number 4 year in your life, let's say your birthday adds up to, and when you add your birthday with the year that you're in, and it comes up to a 4. 4 gives you structure, gives you limitation, but it also is a lesson to learn on that you need to structure your life at this time before you move forward to the next level and next cycles that's about to come. Because the next cycle usually comes after that is a 5, which deals with promotion, getting a promotion, but you got to have yourself prepared for something to receive some of that when it comes. That's where 4 cycles concerned. You move into a 5 cycle, you're dealing with, like I said, promotions. You're dealing with fast thinking and a lot of scattered thoughts. That means the 4 was giving you the lessons to maintain the focus when you go into the 5, because 5 is going to be a very hectic time for you coming up. That a lot of movement, a lot of traveling, a lot of things. You have to know and understand them. And remember, this goes throughout the months and the days that you're into. So like I said, I'm in a number 3 month. You add the 3 to the first day of the month. That was a 4 where I needed structure in that first day. Things I particularly like to do during that day is when I try to work with my numbers. And I know that even when I was writing my books, I knew certain days I needed to write, and I would just download. It's like a whole download would come to me, especially writing my first book. The numerology helped me because I wrote my first book in 2012, and my aunt had just passed on, who was a journalist herself. And her spirit just was coming through me to write about my experience in the entertainment film. And it's called Numbers of, No Promotion is Bad Promotion, just spell my name right. And that will be on Charles Childs Publishing very soon, revised and brought back. The book is Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated. And you can get it on Amazon and Kindle. Amazon and Kindle now. Yes, you know somebody on Amazon and Kindle. Charles Childs Publishing. And that's also, you can go to Dr. Laila Afrika's website and check out his stuff. And also somebody just sent me another question here. You're born October 15th, 1990. That means you're a Libra. Could you give me some career relationship help pointers? As a number 6, you're born at 1 and a 5. First of all, being that you're a Libra, you're connected to the balance in my eye. You like a balanced life, and you need to have balance, harmony, and peace in your life. You can't have people that's going to cause you any problems, because people born under your number usually get sick if you got into arguments and all that. Also, I like to work the numbers that you're connected with, especially when you have those 2 compound numbers, the 1 and the 5. 1 and 5 represents the leadership quality you have, but 5 also represents the freedom that you love. So a man that deals with you have to understand that there's certain times, you might want to be with that person, but there's certain times that they have to give you some type of freedom. Okay, he's gonna take a break. He'll be right back after this. Sometimes he has to give you that. That person has to give you that freedom. As far as career is concerned, number 6 is very good at dealing with educational things, getting into education, dealing with health and all that kind of stuff. So number 15s are very good. Matter of fact, what'd you say? Yeah, no, you're born 1990. Let me break that whole down. Okay, that's a 1, a 6, 7. You like to be to yourself a lot. Meditation is very important for you. Sometimes taking trips to the lake and relaxing and getting some time near the water. Water is very good for you if you're taking baths and all that. 7, remember, as a number 7, it's like a number that slows things down. That you shouldn't rush for money, but you should learn to think and meditate on what you want and what you want to bring to you as a number 7 life path, because that is your life path as a number 7. But I do suggest as a number 6, get into something dealing with education and dealing with family, like social work and all that type of stuff. I do suggest that as far as career. Anything else?
I have a birthday, 11/30.
11/30. Oh, yes. See, 11/30. That's what. Okay. You're born the same day as a good friend of mine, the reggae star Sanchez. Very good writers, very good at art, drama, acting, dancing, all of that kind of. You're the type of person, but it's an extreme art and dancing. You're also a Sagittarius. Sagittarius deal with entertainment, and Sagittarius also connected to the number 3, which deals with expansion, and the planet Jupiter deals with expanding and all that type of different stuff. You'll be a good writer, excellent writer, whether you're writing a book, whether you're writing plays, whether you're writing, or you'll be excellent doing journalism and all that. But you have to take the time to really go out and do it and stop being so scattered, because what I do is read the alignment number, and the way you read a person's alignment number is with adding the month and the day was born, and that gives me the first initial step of who you are as far as your achievement, your potential achievement level, and that adds up to a 5. 5 means that you have a lot of scatteredness going on, and you need to learn how to hone everything, focus everything, and put it to paper, because you are a writer as far as you being born on 11/30.
What would be the steps that a person, I know its numbers are simple, but what would be the steps that a person would go through to find out about themselves using the book? What steps should they go
understanding in my book, I give them the basics of understanding one name, or I give them the one meaning basics of understanding the numbers first. Learning what 1 is attached to, what 2 is attached to, what 3 is the vibration, what elements. I give them the very basics, and then they can learn from there. Just as long as they learn how to connect the basics.
They get the tools first,
they get the tools.
And then you teach them how to use it.
Yeah, use the tools. And even Lloyd has classes, and he wants me to come and teach a class with him. And we do classes in New York City at City College. He does one every Wednesday at City College. He actually wants me to come and teach the last class on October 14th.
Probably doing some online too.
Yes, well, he's going to be doing online with, and I will be too. I like promoting. Yes, I'm successful. My website is kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com if you want private readings and all that, or you can go through
You gotta
Charles.
say that slow.
I'm sorry, I
Trying to
know.
write.
I'm one of them fast people. I'm one of them fast
Let 'em
people.
write it down.
It's from MC shows all my life, since I was young. My website, once again, is King Simon Productions with an S at the end, .wordpress.com. That's KINGSIMON Productions, PRODUCTIONS .wordpress.com. And you can hit me up there and find out so much about what I do, all the events that I got coming up. Matter of fact, I have Jerry Miller coming up. I just did Dr. Africa and Melody Stevens. I have my Dr. Ashwa Kwesi coming in November. I have me, Lloyd, and Malika Ali doing something in November. And I got my anniversary, 20 years in production and promotions on December 6th, where I have Terry, Terry Banks, that's his name? I got Terry Banks is going to be a featured speaker. He's also a part of Charles Child's publication. I have myself, Brother Polite, going to be there. Professor Griff will be there. And the theme of that, my anniversary is reestablishing the code of conduct in our community. We need this code of conduct. There's a lot of disrespect and a lot of stuff going on, but that's happening December 6th inside New York City. Somebody gave me the birthday.
That I just didn't want to keep on going, but that was something that was done in 2015. That was a Pardon me, family. That was something that was done in 2015. Once again, family, saluting Baba Afrika, who actually believed in the people that he published, and he believed in our people so much that he traveled the world to try to bring this knowledge and information. So make sure, once again, like he said in this quote, it's the quality of life that matters, not the quantity. Dr. Laila Olela Afrika. Remember, go to his website, support him, support his wife, support the legacy at www.lailaafrica.com. And if you want to get any of my products, you can go to kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com/products. These two have been exceptional elders or friends to me for many years, and I just want to keep on saluting. I don't know if I'm going to be doing tributes every year, but whatever she wants, whatever Melanie wants to do moving forward after this year salute of his transition on March the 21st, I'm with her as long as I'm alive and I got breath and I could walk and I'm up and about. I'm going to support this brother because he and her invited me to their household, showed me love, gave me space to meditate, gave me space to use their sauna, gave me space they let me drive their car. I wanted for nothing in that house. And if I wanted to go out, Doc will take me out or Melanie would take me out. If I wanted food, Melanie would buy food or Doc would buy me food. I traveled with them to different lectures, whether it was in Pittsburgh, whether I was in Atlanta. So I've been on the road in and out of their household. I've spent New Year's with them. I've spent a whole month with them at certain times. And I've met many students that know and love and respect Dr. Laila Afrika. So once again, family, before I close out, I just want to send my salute again to Baba, Dr. Laila Afrika. This has been a flashback of what we did again in 2015. It's a throwback when Dr. Afrika interviewed me, King Simon. This will always be a memorable moment because that was really the first elder who ever really interviewed me and really believed in my full spectrum of my work, from my promotional book. And I got to give respect to Brother Polite, because Brother Polite was the first to publish the book. But to take it to that next level, Dr. Africa got my books on Amazon, Kindle, and in the libraries, that for those who wanted to order through libraries or Barnes and Noble. So Dr. Africa really took it to the next level after Polite helped me to bring out my first initial sales of my books. But I do respect the Leo brother Polite. But Dr. Africa believed in me enough to do all three of my books. And he also did Brother Lloyd Strayhorn's books too. Three of Brother Lloyd Strayhorn's books. So please support his website. All of the products still has its integrity. All of the products still are very strong and very helpful. All of his books and information. You that want to be students, you can take his online class. It's intense. Even the introduction, as one of my friends says, is intense. So again, thank you, Baba, Dr. Laila Africa. Thank you, Sister Dr. Melanie Stevens. Although she's younger than I am, I still consider her a friend and an elder in the information that she did. She was an acupuncturist, she's a massage therapist. She was the holistic partner of Dr. Laila Africa for 15 years. So be patient with her, family. Be respectful to her. Give her her space. And if you want to show love through her website, continue to show love, because again, the integrity of the products is still strong, still good, and our books are I'm still getting also residual royalties from my books. And remember, go straight to their website to get the books. All the old books, the old African Holistic Health and all that, Dr. Africa is not making any funds from that. But if you go to his website, you get a deal, you get package deals sometimes for like all 10 books for, sometimes she used to sell it all 10 books for like $125. Go get the deals and go get the class deals, because she'll be answering questions via email and private link. But like I said, give her a little time as far as she talking to you. She more than likely will have her assistants who know the stuff. Her family members are the support system over there. So big up to the whole staff of Dr. Laila Africa LLC. Big up to my beautiful sister, Dr. Melanie Africa, Stevenson Africa. Big up to her family, her brothers, her sister. Big up to Dr. Africa's children and grandchildren. And salute to all of you that have shown love to, at any capacity, to a published author under Brother Dr. Laila Africa. And of course, make sure you go to his website and show him love also. I'll just run down the sponsors of my shows. Of course, coming up next will be Malik Zulu Shabazz, The Book of Khalid. Of course, you can get my newest book on Amazon. The soft cover is on Amazon and it comes faster. Just Google Numerovation or search for Numerovation for Mental Stability by King Simon. The hardcover is a little longer because I have to go through the Lulu protocols and all that. So it comes through me. So you got to go to my website. I still have more hardcovers through Lulu at KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com. Soft covers via Amazon, print on demand. Also, enough respect to my partner in Vibes, my dear friend and co-host, the one, the only, 1 million adornments, and DM her if you want some of those great earrings that she has. Great real estate person here and family member, the one, the only Janelle Lewis. Give her a call on the number on this flyer. Of course, if you want some great products from this dear sister here, pedalwise.com, you can order your products through them and you can get 10% off of the coupon code King 2021. That's King 2021 at pedalwise.com. Show them some love. Show them some love. Show them some love. And last but not least, those who want to do a Numerovation session with me, I repeat, family, over and over again, if you live outside of the United States, Canada, England, Caribbeans, Benin, wherever you live outside of the United States, please text me via WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a free app and you can use that app. Text me via WhatsApp. If you're inside the United States, text me at 347-496-1022, your full name and date of birth, and then we will set up the appointment for this applied mathematic from an esoterical point of view to give you guidance. Okay? Once again, content disclaimer, just in case people are sensitive. Behind the scenes, content disclaimer, the views, comments, and opinions expressed by guests, speakers, or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. My family, thank you. Love and respect you. Love and respect them. Love and respect him. It's not the quality. It's the quality of life that matters, not the quantity. This was one of what he said before he transitioned, because he knew he had to go and move forward into that realm to help from another side. And now y'all have access to him in the spiritual realm through his books, through all of the YouTube broadcasts, CDs and DVDs, digital downloads are still available on his website as I am speaking to you today. Digital downloads are on his website. Make sure you support it. Make sure you support all the books via his website only, unless he has authorized someone else to sell from him, like I think African World Books with Brother Nati. I know he has been authorized, but the older edition of African Holistic Health, he wasn't making any funds. But the newer edition of African Health, the textbook of African Holistic Health has 700 pages. So he left a body of work and he left a textbook this time to keep his memory alive and to make it into a curriculum. And he added at least an extra 200 to 300 more pages. And I have the book, so I know it's a great book. It's a part of my collection for myself and my family. And that's it, my family. I'm out of here. I want to thank you. I'm going to leave in Dr. Blair's prayers, because Dr. Blair's transitional day is coming up on January the 31st. And more than likely, I'm going to try to do something for that. But this is the prayer that Dr. Afrika offered us in our past and what he has used at his Meta Center to give guidance. And the prayer goes as such: please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth and your love now. Thank you, Dr. Blair. Thank you, Dr. Afrika. Both of them was Aquarian spirits. Dr. Blair's birthday is February 13th. He was born 1933, the same year as Dr. Sebi. So Dr. Afrika was born January 27th, 1946. I believe he has 1946. Let's make sure of that. 2021, take away 75. It was 1946 Dr. Afrika was born. Dr. Sebi was born, of course, November 26, 1933. And if you want to continue to support Dr. Blair's work, please, here's his website for the continuation of Dr. Blair's legacy. Check out Brother Tony. He's the one running the Meta Center right now. Please go to his official website at www.themetacenter.com. The number 2.com. That's the metacenter2.com for books, He has the low frequency, extra low frequency protectors for phones and clothing and all that. He has products. He has all of that. So salute to Dr. Blair in the ancestral realm also. Thank you very much, family. Have a great day, afternoon, and evening, wherever you may be on this planet Earth. I love you. And being that I'm doing this broadcast on January the 29th, happy birthday, happy solar return to Ma'a Bowman from Fig Tree, whom I spoke to earlier today, and happy Earth Day to Supernova Slam. Happy Earth Day to Supernova Slam, people that are in the community born on January 29th. Very special manifestation day for those born on the 29th that actually equals the number 11, and 11 is the master number of healers and revealers, and great talent comes out of people born on that 29th. Even Oprah Winfrey is born on this day, January 29th. So great people. All right, family, y'all take care. Have a great day, afternoon, and evening. I love you, I respect you, and I'm signing out. Peace.